Well, hello, my friends. Welcome to my channel. Laura Daniels here, where I love using color, paper, and ink to tell my ordinary story and bring it to life with photos and journaling. This is my first video using the Stop the Blur notebook by Heidi Swapp. I use ephemera and stickers from my stash, and I'm going to share with you how I put it together. I start off sharing my thought process, then I'm going to put it together off camera, and I'm going to come back and show it to you all finished to include the journaling. And I look forward to answering any questions you have. So this is the week of February 13th through the 19th of this year. I already pre-drew the dates and I stamped the month. What I like to do after I have handwritten the dates is to do each downward stroke with this. You can see it's like a felt tip and it's a tombow. So it gives a thicker line on all the down strokes. Wanted to show, usually I just before, now this is the following week, so these are the photos that I've already collaged but I have not cut up, and I just wanted to kind of show you how they are before I do anything with them. This was a day in history that I like to do, and I will do all various sizes, and I will print them up using Snapfish at the end of the month. And then when the week is ready to be journaled and cataloged, I'll already have the kit out that I want to use, and I'll have the photos cut. So these are the photos I'm going to be using. Here is where I've listed each day of the week for the 13th through the 19th, and I pretty much highlighted what is going on, what happened during that week on those days. So we can look at it and know that on the 13th, we visited my cousin Winnie up in Guilford, New Hampshire. On the 15th was where we went out for Congdon's Donuts and took my niece Isabel to the beach. And here's where we ate the donuts. I think they're the best donuts in all of the Northeast. And then we also my mom and I went to a Gunkwit and walked around the beach. And see, all this won't fit over here. I don't want to make it that complicated. So what I'm going to do is put these photos over here. Perhaps I'm going to do this to keep this color scheme. And maybe have these. Let's see, I don't need that because I have the smaller one. I do like the larger photo. And this has a pretty blue in it. I can do these actually right here. This is a funny story. This is the story I want to tell. I don't know if you've ever gone on a scavenger hunt for the perfect photos. And sometimes, I'll be scrolling Instagram and I have them. So I follow people that have accounts in New England or in Maine. And this one person took this really cool photo of a lobster trap tree. And I go, Mom, we have got to go find where he took that photo from. So we looked it up online, found the restaurant, found out where it was. We drove all the way over there. In addition to doing everything on this day, and we get there and a storm's coming and the owner is up on the top of the lobster trap tree starting to take it all down. I go, no, wait. You don't understand, we want this photo. He was so great about it. He stopped taking it all apart. He actually took our photo, and that was just our funny story of the day. But see, that's what Stop the Blur is. It's making you stop long enough that you can look back and remember these awesome memories that you've created. And so often it's those little moments that add up to the bigger moments, and you don't know that until later. All right, so getting back, I love the color scheme going on here, and that is the reason that I chose this kit here, and it is from Planners Anonymous. And oh, I have just got to tell you all, she has the most beautiful kits. I'll leave the link below, but she always has beautiful papers. Oh, I'm thinking I could do something by cutting this out along the curves here because it could look like water. And look at these. Oh my gosh, those could be cut out going along the bottom of the page. I love that. There's just too much stuff. So, you know, future. All right, and then look at this. Now, I don't think she does these anymore, but she would have little pockets created in her kits. Are they not perfect for Stop the Blur? Think about this. I could do this and then stick journaling inside on one of the, I really like the way that looks right there. Need to maybe do the journaling along the top, or find a way. Well, that has possibilities right there. Then on the back have my journaling. I do like that possibility. And then let's see. Oh, so this, I want to create this so that it flips up, and then it'll be like a tip-in. Won't that look pretty? Okay. And then she has all these awesome stickers. And this is a piece of ephemera. And remember how I said Mom and I were going on the hunt to find this photo right here? Is that just not appropriate? So I've got to find a place for that. I have picked out my 2 distressed oxide inks because I want to do some splatter along the back. On the page. And then I always like to have a title. So I was looking through this Happy Planner sticker book, and look at this color right here. Right here. That is beautiful. Is that the color? Or this one? Yeah. So I'll be using some of these alpha stickers. And then, well, at a different point, Mom and I went to say, well, there's Noble Lighthouse right there. Oh, I'm beyond excited right now with some of this ephemera. And if I have some red down here, I want to make sure I'm bringing some red up in this area of the page. Look at these. And this seagull. I'm going to have the seagull flying, so I'll have the trail of where he goes. Are you as excited as I am as to how this is all going to come together? And this could be a tip-in that goes above the photos. I think what I'm going to do is have these like this. This doesn't really go with the outdoor theme. Well, neither does that one, but it has more browns instead of the reds. And I'm going to do this as a flip up right here. Okay. And then there's also these quote cards. I could use one of these. Light your own way. You and me in the sea. Seize the day. The sea calls to me. That might bring in some of the brown. Refuse to sink. That's always a good one. Don't go anywhere. And then I have these stickers right here. And I have this washi. So I am not sure how this is all going to come together, but I'm kind of excited to show you the end result. So you see all of the fun stuff I have at my fingertips. I am going to stop filming right now. I'm going to put this all together, and I'm going to be right back in a quick YouTube second to show you how it all came together and to share my thoughts and some different things I've done. So don't go anywhere. Well, you can go grab your favorite cup of coffee. I'll see you in just a sec. Bye-bye. All right, well, I did tell you it was going to be a quick second, but in reality, my desk is a mess. It took a lot longer than I thought it would, and I was so stressed thinking that I was going to be showing this to all of you as soon as it was finished. The stress I put on myself was almost hilarious. I did not do all these different ideas that I had because you know what? You see this color right here? It's more of a purple. It didn't go when I had this insert put in, this tip in, which I love how this looks. All I did was score the inside edge, and then I glued it right down to the paper, and then I put the seagull. Now my original thought process was going to be to put the seagull somewhere on the paper and then just do its flying path, but you know, everything changes. And something real funny, I decided to use this with this rusty hinge. So lesson number 2352.5 is test the ink before you use it, because when I put this down on the paper right here, it was like an orange. Y'all did not hear me go, ah! So that's why the washi tape is there. So washi tape is our friend. I absolutely love how this looks. Be sure to leave a comment down below and let me know what you think of it. Maybe there's something you would do differently, but I started off with this screenshot of a Facebook post. We went to visit my cousin Winnie. She used to own the cafe house, a coffee house up in Guilford, New Hampshire. And this little guy always greeted us there, so that was funny. And then remember I told you I wanted to include the treasure map because my mom and I went on a treasure hunt to find this lobster trap tree, and we got there just as the guy was taking it down. So I thought this was really a neat addition to the week right here. And don't you love how journaling just brings it all together? So tip number 3452 is journal. Use your own handwriting, because years from now, when you're gone, your kids are going to love seeing your writing. I do not have the prettiest writing, but I have just so gotten over that. That isn't even something I worry about anymore. Here's another screenshot of two different Facebook posts. I really didn't think this went with the coloring and all that, but it was a part of the day, so I just did a tip in like this. I decided to add the ephemera of the lighthouse. I used this beautiful color. It's called Stormy Sky Distressed Oxide ink, and I did some splattering. I also did all of the downward strokes with the marker, the Tombow pen I was mentioning. I did this flip in, which I think it looks so pretty. And then here on this side, I decided to put the journaling at the bottom and just have the small photos around the larger one. I did trim it down a little bit so you could see the splatter here. But overall, friends, I absolutely love the way this came together. I find I don't have to do as much journaling when I use a screenshot of a Facebook post, because I already have the journaling at the top of the photos, and then I can just tell a little story with my personal handwriting. So again, I hope that you enjoyed this. This about wraps it up. If you did enjoy the video, please take a quick sec to give it a thumbs up. It shows YouTube you're interested in my content. If you have any questions for me, be sure to put them in the comments below. And you know what, friends, until we meet again in YouTube land, I want you to have an incredible day. Be blessed, because it's always a good one, somehow, some way. I'll see you again soon. Bye-bye.